Okay, we will continue about the Paññā Pāramī, or related to Paññā. Before giving talk, we will pay respect to Buddha, the owner of Dhamma, by reciting in the Buddhaghosa 3 times. Namo-tassa bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa. Namo-tassa bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa. Namo-tassa bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa. We will start about the previous talk, or related to previous talk. In the previous talk, we have said about the mind process and mind process. So, with the vital process, we cannot change bodily posture, like standing, sitting, lying down, walking, etc. So, when we change those postures, it is done by mind process. So, in the same way, we determine to do kusala, to avoid kusala. It is also done by mind. So, in the same way, absorption, other fruition knowledge, all are done by mind. So, generally, we can note mind process is stronger than vital process. So, we have a vital process because of our object. The object comes into our eye, our ear, our nose, tongue, and body. Because of the power object, we have those process. Not because of power of mind. So generally, vital process is weak. Mind is stronger. So with the mind, we have to die. With the mind, we have to rebirth. About this speaking. So even in this book, so some people reminded me, some listeners reminded me. So yeah, we also have learned before. With the idle process, idle process, we can die. So there are those processes in the near-death moment. So, so because of this, we can die with the vital process and with the mental process. But there is one saying, Aharanta, they will die only with the mental process. They will not die with the vital process. So, seem to be like that. Mostly we die with the mental process. So, but here about the Ñāṇavibhāga, so cannot die with the vital process. Have to die with the mental process. Cannot die with the vital process. Vital, like that. So what is the meaning of mind here? So the explanation is coming from Atthasālinī commentary and in the Cittuppādakaṇḍa. So like mind is mind, because like first mind supports second mind supports third mind. as a Anatarapaccaya. Because of this, like every mind is a mano-dvāra, the cause of the mind. Because of this supports next mind moment. So have this explanation about the mind door. So the other different from like a mind door process. So generally, that mind, rebirth mind is no vital process, no mind door rising in the mind door, because they are, we call it dvāravimutta, door-free mind moments. Door-free mind moments. Cannot say, generally cannot say it is a mind door process. So they are door-free process because they are taking the object in the past. So they didn't take present objects. So they are not awakened. They are similar to sleeping mind. So not in the door process. They are door-free mind moments. So because of the explanation, first mind supports, second mind supports, third mind as a Anatarapaccaya. Every mind can be mind door. So because of this, the Asian teachers, senior teachers, the mind door means, the mind door here means like this explanation, no normal mano-dvāra process. Because of this, it is said in the commentary. So this is a senior Siaro's explanation, but Mahaganon Siaro didn't agree with that. So he said his idea in his book. If so, even Fido process, first mind support second mind support third mind, they can also be mind door. So because of this, there's a problem. So should not be this that explanation. So what he think is there are many functions in the mind door process, like mind door process can do many functions. So like seeing also can or moving body posture also can, like that. Absorption also they can do. So part of fruition knowledge can be done by the mind door process. So because of this, there are many functions in the mind door process. Because of this, it is said in the commentary. So death and rebirth is done by mind door. Because of many functions in the mind door. So, but if you listen, you may have your idea. So I also have my idea, something, just an idea, maybe the weakest idea. So before we have said, Aharanta will not die with the mind door process. So there is this saying. So dying with five door is not for everybody. At least there is one saying, Aharanta will not die, like that. So well, I think, so generally, many people will die with the mind door. So because of because of this, because of being many, so saying that death and rebirth is done by mind, like that. So this is for the knowledge about this saying. So Asian Sierra said, mind is first mind support, second mind support, third mind. It means mind here by taking Atthasālinī commentaries explanation about the mind. So Margano Sierra said there are many functions in the mind. So because of many functions, it is also done by mind. So explaining like that, we think many people, in many situations, that is done by mind, because of it is done by mind. So we may say in this way. Okay, this is about the explanation of different people. Okay, we will go to next one. Next one is actually we have said before. Paññā. Thinking made wisdom. Thinking made wisdom. So without listening from others, they get knowledge by thinking. This kind of knowledge, this kind of wisdom is called thinking made wisdom. So what kind of things that he think about the Kamayarana, like jobs, or like living. So Saipayarana, it's like arts. So so a kind of education. So some are low, some are high, like that. In the past, like carpenters. So some people are carpenters, and they are building masons. So it is called the low jobs. So here in the current past, farming, trading, taking care of cows, it is a higher jobs. So if someone do with the hands, so it is low without investing money, they do. So if you do farming, at least you have a farm, you have land, trading, taking care of cows. That means you have to bind the cows. So just sending in forest to eat, later cow will produce milk, etc. So generally, you don't need to work much. You can stay in a way of relaxing. So the money will come itself. So higher jobs, low jobs, we have. In the same way about the seipa. Seipa is arts. Arts is something you need to learn, not just naturally learning. So it is also have two types. One is a hina, inferior. Another one is aṭṭhakathā, superior. We may say like that. So some people clever about the bamboo. Bamboo, they can do maths. They can build a house with bamboos. So some people can make pots for the water pots, cups, like that. Some people can do with the letters, the skin of cows or something. So some people are barbers. Those are inferior jobs. So what is the superior arts? Like writing, mathematics, accountants, writers. Those are superior jobs, arts. We call it in Bali Seipa. Next one is Vaidya. Vaidya is normally about the speaking, learned by the mouth, maybe reciting mantras, especially to produce a good result, to produce a benefit. So those of them we call Vaidya. So three kinds of education: Karma, normal jobs; Seipa, arts; Vaidya, verbally education, like speaking, reciting mantras, like breakdance or champions. Those things we call Vaidya. So this is also education. Those are normal educations. Another thing is Karmasakata. It is also one kind of education, understanding about the karma and karma result. Usually in the Bodhisattva's education, it is also one of education. So Bodhisattva usually he taught normal jobs, arts, Vaidya, verbally education, morality also one of education. Another is Karmasakata knowledge, Karmasakata education, understanding about the karma and karma results. If you get angry, what kind of result will come? If you don't donate, you will be poor, like that. So if you get angry frequently, you will be ugly one. So if you kill other people, you will have a short life. If you harm other people, you will have weakness, a lot of disease. If you have envy, jealousy, stinginess, you will be alone. You may not have many followers. Like that, etc. So if you learn more, what is the cause of the king or deva? What is the cause of a Buddha or Vichika Buddha, chief disciple, great disciple? So this kind of education is called Karmasakata knowledge, Karmasakata education. So in the school, only in the normal school, only we teach karma, normal jobs, Seipa, arts, Vaidya, verbally education. So we don't have Karmasakata education normally. So, but in the religion, it is one of education. In the same way, about the morality, this is also a kind of education. So next one is Sajjanulomika. Sajjanulomika is a kind of education brought back to truth, suitable for the truth, Sajja. It is a vipassana knowledge. So if you have this knowledge, it is brought back to four truths, four noble truths. So understanding as a nature, as a dukkha, as a anatta. So this kind of education is called Sajjanulomika. So education, how you think about your body, if it is a nature, dukkha, anatta, asubha. Yeah, you have this kind of education. You are learner. So if you are still thinking, this is a me or mine, my soul, it is uneducated, unlearned. So like that. This kind of education is called Sajjanulomika. So next one is Kandi, Deiti, Ruchi, Mudi, Beka, Nejana Kandi. Those are the synonym of wisdom. Synonym of wisdom. Kandi means ability to see, especially the causes. So if you earn money, we need to have ability to see the cause of money. If we want to be Buddha, we need to have ability to see the cause of Buddha. In the same way, if we want to go to Nirvana, we need to have ability to see the cause of Nirvana, etc. So this kind of ability is called Kandi. It is also a kind of wisdom, a kind of synonym of wisdom. So next word is a deity. Deity is which can see, something which can see. So some people, they can see the causes. What they want to be, what are the causes they can see. So it is a wisdom, it is a deity. Next one is a ruchi. Ruchi is a satisfaction. So to find out the causes, some people satisfied with that. For example, some people practice meditation. So the teacher may say, the Buddha may say, there is a jhana factors. They're trying to discern at the beginning. They cannot accept. They cannot satisfy with that. So some may teach 4 elements. There are 4 elements in the body. You should try to discern. They discern. Only just thinking, they say. Just imagination. They don't have a satisfaction with this kind of 4 elements, this kind of jhana factors. If so, they don't have a ruchi. So if they do a gananga, later they will have a kind of knowledge, satisfaction. Oh, that the Buddha teach is right, correct. Now I know jhana factors, now I know 4 elements, etc. So this kind of satisfaction is called ruchi. It is also one synonym of wisdom. Next one is mudi. Mudi is being glad. So if you understand according to truth, according to Buddha's teaching, according to your education, if you understand, you will be glad. This is called mudi. So it is also a synonym of wisdom. Next one is a bhikkha. Bhikkha is looking at or seeing. So you can look at, seeing jhana factor. So looking at jhana factor, you can find. So this kind of thing is bhikkha. Next one, Dhamma Nejana Kandi. Dhamma Nejana Kandi. Dhamma Nejana Kandi is a kind of ability to discern, to reflect what you have learned. Sometimes the teacher taught the causes of something, but we don't have ability to reflect, to discern. We cannot accept, cannot understand. So if so, we haven't yet knowledge. So we do gananga, we think gananga. Finally, we have an ability to reflect. There is 4 elements, and there is materialities and mentalities. Cause and effect can reflect. Impermanence, suffering, non-self, all can reflect. We have ability to reflect those things. At that time, this kind of knowledge is called Dhammasanganippakarana, ability to reflect about the Dhamma, about the concepts. So those are educations: Karma, normal jobs; Saipa, arts; Vaidya, verbally education. So Karma Sikata, understanding karma and karma result. Satyanulomika. Satyanulomika is something which is proper to know the truth. It is called, another name is Vipassana. So the synonym of wisdom is Khandi, ability; Deity, seeing; Ruchi, satisfaction; Mudi, being glad; Bhikkhā, looking at; Dhammanajana Khandi, ability to reflect Dhamma or concepts. So about those education, without listening from others, if you can think, if you can know yourself, it is a Ñāṇavibhāga Paññā, thinking made wisdom. By listening from others, if you know those things, it is Suttamaya Paññā, learning made wisdom. Learning made wisdom. So within absorption, something that you know is, it is Bhavanamaya Paññā, meditation made wisdom. So three kinds of wisdom: learning made wisdom, thinking made wisdom, and meditation made wisdom. The wisdom made by listening, made by thinking, made by meditation. So about the thinking made wisdom, cannot have for everybody, especially for the Bodhisattva. Bodhisattva, without learning, they can know. By thinking, so they can know. So in the we may find some example. For example, in the Mahāsada Janaka, there is a mother, so having child in her. So the demon come to her to take a child to eat. So ask a child to hug for a short time. After hugging, so the demon said, demon is disguising as a lady. So this is my son, but a human mother said, "Oh, no, not your son. This is my son." So two persons arguing. So because of arguing, to have a decision, went to the Bodhisattva, Mahāsada, wise man. So at that time, Mahāsada, once he saw Bodhisattva understood who is a demon, who is a real mother. But he need to make orient to be clear for the audience. So, okay, if so, you should bully, you both should bully a child by taking from the different side. So, one is from the head, maybe holding hand. The other one is holding legs. So, 2% pull. 2% pull. So, at that time, the child, because of pain, crying. When the child cries, mother cannot be patient, so release by crying. So like a demon when but Bodhisattva explained. So who has a compassion? Mother has compassion. So because of that, she released. She is a real mother. So another reason, please, you should try to see that this one demon, not blinking like that. The mindset, usually a kind of deva, lower deva. So they didn't blink. So who teach this one? So someone may not teach. Bodhisattva may know it itself. Normally, humans have blinking eye. This one didn't blink. Maybe the devas are very healthy. We are not so healthy. After seeing sometimes, so we have to blink our eye, and rest, and see. Like that. This is a human nature. There was no blinking eye. So at least the Bodhisattva may know this is a may not be human. Like that. Another thing is no shade. Another sun. Another sun. They don't have a shade. Another sun. They are more karma-born materialities. Not like a human. Human's body is made of food, made of weather, made of karma. So food also grows, not gentle. So, but there was, I think, they are more karma-born materialities. So people cannot see normally. So no shade, another sun. This is one thing. Another thing is, see that lady, something very different. Totally no fear. No fear in the audience. Because they are devas, demons. So not like a human. Humans may have some fear, at least something like that. And so you may know some famous people. So not to change their eye, they may wear, how to say, sunglasses. Not to check their eye, not to change something in the eye. So the demon didn't change. So its eye is something different from human. Bodhisattva noticed that. So those are educations where did he learn from? So I think he may not learn, he may know it itself. So this kind of thinking and knowledge, especially for the bodhisattvas. How about Ñāṇavibhāga jnana? The wisdom brought to Four Noble Truths. So only two persons can know their self. Two bodhisattvas. One is a Pacceka Buddha Duvi, another is the Buddha Duvi. Two persons can know about the Ñāṇavibhāga jnana, vipassana knowledge. So you may read the stories by seeing leaves falling down from the trees. Oh, it is in nature. Everything is in nature. Become Pacceka Buddha, like that. So in the same way, Bodhisattva went to the Uruvela, practice vipassana without having a teacher. Because of this, the Buddha's one of the name is Sammasambuddha. Samma is well. Sam is by himself. Buddha is knower. So who know noble truths well without having any teacher, by himself. So because of this, about the vipassana, only two bodhisattvas can know their self. So can know by thinking without having a teacher. So other people even like a Bhante Sariputta or Sariputta Duvi, at least they need to have a short talk. So they need to listen at least a short talk. So for the Bhante Sariputta, have to listen short talk from the Bhante Assaji. After listening short talk, he got attainment. In the same way, Bhante Moggallana, after listening short talk from the Sariputta Duvi, so gain arhatship. In the same way, one bhikkhu practicing vipassana very, very diligently. So while practicing, he passed away, reborn in the Deva realm. Still, so in the Deva realm also he is sitting, thinking as a monk. So, but a female Devas came to him. So they told, oh, this is not the place of practicing Dhamma. So, but the newcomer Deva, he thought, oh, female devotees coming to my monastery. Where is my double robe? Trying to. So at that time, female Devas understood, oh, this is maybe coming from bhikkhu. So Samana Deva Buddha. This Deva is Samana Deva Buddha. So later, the Deva Buddha, male Deva, understood he is in the Deva realm. Saw the female Deva. Quickly ran into the Buddha. So told the Buddha, those are not female Devas. Those are demons. Demons. Please give it Dhamma. So the Buddha gave a short talk. He got attainment. So become Sotapanna, I think. So or at least one of noble stage he got. So while you are practicing, if you reborn into URL, you should come quickly to the Buddha. If a little bit late, so it is a problem. So there is one saying: if you practice vipassana diligently in this life, without having any attainment, if you pass away, so by listening Dhamma given by some devas or given by powerful bhikkhus who can go to Deva realm, go and teach to Deva realm, or listening Buddha's teaching, they can get attainment quickly. So all dhammas will appear, all dhammas that he practiced will appear in him very quickly. So not much problem. So at least need to listen short talk. And in the same way, there is an arupa realm, non-material realm. So non-material realm, if you go as an ordinary, although you have a practice of vipassana here, so they cannot continue because they don't have an ear, they don't have an eye, so they cannot meet the Buddha. They cannot listen to Dhamma. So they themselves cannot get any attainment. So at least they need to listen short talk. So because of this, about the vipassana knowledge, only two bodhisattva, Vijaya Buddha Duvi, Buddha Duvi, can have thinking and made wisdom. So because of this, in the Buddha's dispensation, so you should learn vipassana education. The other education you can learn every time in the samsara. But such anulomika jnana only can be learned in the Buddha dispensation, like that. So there are a few senior CROs in Myanmar. So some people encourage them to learn English to spread the sasana, like a lady CRO or Mingun CRO. But they don't want to learn English. So because in a Buddha's dispensation, they want to spend their time by learning Tipitaka, like that, by learning Buddha's teaching. So you should learn Vipassana in the Buddha's dispensation. Okay, so so thinking made knowledge, especially for the Bodhisattva, Vipassana knowledge, Vipassana education. By listening from others, nearly everyone may know, but by thinking, only 2% can know. How about the other educations, like normal jobs, arts, Vaidya, Bhavali educations? So about those education, so people who has a great wisdom, who has a fulfilled Pāramīs, they can know by thinking, like a chief disciple, great disciples, even normal disciples who fulfill Pāramī. So they can know by thinking. So other education is easier. Like in the Buddha time, Bhante Ananda. So very clever to do this and that for the Buddha. So can manage by staying very famous one near the Buddha. So many people are satisfied with the Bhante Ananda. He is very clever to do this and that jobs, something like that. So we didn't have that he has learned a lot. Maybe normally they are wise, they are sharp, they can know easily, something like that. So for the normal people who are not sharp, so everything has to learn, even cooking. So maybe farming. So always some people always needed someone's guidance. So like that. So because of this, we need to fulfill Pāramīs to have a sharp knowledge, to know by thinking. Okay, the other ones. So meditation made wisdom is like absorptions, knowing Buddhaghosa penetratively. So it is meditation made wisdom. Some people, they have psychic powers, can see the world, can see others' mind, can see past lives. It is also maybe called meditation made wisdom. So they can see devas, beings in the hell, Vedas, so those are things. And next one is the dana made with wisdom, the wisdom made by dana. So when we do dana, we have a mind moments. Those are associated with the wisdom, understanding dana and dana results. And this is a dana made wisdom. Sila made wisdom is when you practice a sila. So there are mind moments associated with the wisdom, understanding cause and effect, sila and sila result. So what is a sila made wisdom? So within meditation, the wisdom associated with the mind moment associated with the wisdom, this kind of wisdom is Paññā made wisdom. So sila has two types, this sila, superior sila and normal sila. So like 5 precepts, 8 precepts, 10 precepts, it is a normal sila. So based on that normal sila, Abhidhammapiṭaka sila, which is practiced by the bhikkhus, it is called this sila. In the Buddha time, you can have those sila, not any other time. The next one about the samadhi. or citta, concentration, there is a normal citta. There is a citta, superior citta. So what is the superior citta? Superior citta is 8 absorption, which is the foundation of a vipassana. It is a superior citta comparing with the normal citta. So out of the Buddha's dispensation, although you have jhana, it is not foundation of a vipassana. So it is not called adhicitta. It is still normal citta. So absorption, which is the foundation of a vipassana, you do absorption, later you discern vipassana, it is adhicitta. In the Buddha time, you can have this kind of mind. So next one, Paññā, Paññā. So vipassana Paññā, Magga Paññā, Phāde Paññā, Phala Paññā, fruition Paññā. Those are Paññā, superior Paññā, comparing like Kammasakata Paññā, understanding karma and karma results. It can be out of the Buddha's dispensation also. So Kammasakata Paññā is a normal Paññā, but it's still a higher one, comparing like normal jobs. So, but it is still a Paññā. So vipassana Paññā, Magga Paññā, Phala Paññā is called a deep Paññā, superior Paññā. So time is up. We should stop talk. If there is a question, you can ask. Okay. We will share merit.
Yes, Bhante. Yes, Bhante.
Idhamme puññam.
Idhamme puññam.
Nibbānasa.
Nibbānasa.
Paccaya.
Paccaya.
Hotu. Mama Buddhaghosa.
Mama Buddhaghosa. Sabba sattanam.
Pājami.
Pājami.
Desabe. Me samam.
Buddhaghosa. Labantu.
Sadhu. Sadhu. Sadhu.